Hello, hello. I am Alun Be, and you're here in Senegal, in the city of Dakar, my city, my hometown. Let me show you. Dakar is situated on the North Atlantic Ocean. This city is an important seaport on the west coast of Africa. Land of the melting pot, an arm in France and a leg in the Arab world. But the heart is here, right here in Africa. Senegal became a republic in 1960, when it became independent from France. Since then, its democracy has been pretty peaceful and stable. Dakar is a place with lots of extremes and contradictions. The city never stops. It's always evolving. As an artist, I am drawn to the complexity as well as the energy of the city of Dakar. It's a place where the traditional and the contemporary collide. Who are we in this complicated world? I combine the traditional and contemporary in my photographs. I like to create narratives and alternate realities in which ordinary people can become heroes in their own stories. I would like to introduce you to some of the most talented artists of my city. Come with me. Coming up in this episode, DW's Art.See.Africa is meeting Zenx, Senegal's first professional female graffiti artist. We chat with Caroline Gay, an extraordinary multimedia creator whose work blends physics with art. Aissa John shows us her studio and centuries-old weaving skills. Alibeta and Ibaaku brings music and visions in black and white. And we explore photographers Eva Diallo's photos of her family's migration. And now we're here at the Ancien Palais de Justice, a place that used to be all about the law. And now it's a place where artists come and express their views on how society should be run. Coolest writer in town. Good to see you.
Good to see you, Alun.
Shall we?
Sure.
Let's go. Palais de Justice. Caroline Gay walks me through her work, Quantum Tunneling, a blend of her love of physics and art. It's a commentary on the scientific phenomenon whereby small particles move through a barrier that's impossible to penetrate. This installation emphasizes hope and growth through adversity. Wow. Man, I just need some deep explanation of this amazing thing that I just experienced. What was that about?
The inspiration behind that is quantum physics, because as I'm a physicist, I mix a lot of physics. The whole reflection behind that installation is segmented in 3 levels. So the first level is about mining. Especially in Africa, miners work in very, very hard conditions. Some died not long ago in Burkina Faso. And we use coltan and other things from the ground in our cell phones every day, and we don't think about what happens to them. So the second level of reflection was more about innovation, the tunnels that Elon Musk dig in the US. And the third level of reflection is more physics, like wormholes.
Right, well, that's exactly how I felt like. I just felt like I was in a wormhole. Yeah, transported into a different dimension. My senses were really triggered.
That's the whole world that I built. So I just invited you in what happens in my mind a little bit.
Thank you. That was amazing. Very enlightening, too.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Keep the rubber side down on the motorcycle. And see you soon. À bientôt.
À bientôt.
Now, we head east to see the work of one of Dakar's leading contemporary art collectives. This is Kenu Lab'Oratoire. She's the force behind Black Rock. It is an artist residency in Dakar that was funded by Kenu Lab'Oratoire, the New York-based artist who painted President Barack Obama's official portrait.
Kehinde Wiley decided to set up Black Rock because it was important for him to create a space dedicated to artists and to their artistic research and practice. He wanted to initiate new conversation, taking as point of departure Senegal, the continent, to create new collaboration and new exchanges between artists and the new generation and artistic scene in Senegal. For some of the African-American artists that we've received, it's their first time on the continent, so it's a very deep and intense experience that helps them reconnect with their roots. Each year we receive 16 artists that are painters, textile artists, photographers, writers, filmmakers. We really highlight the importance of Black Rock as a place of meeting, gathering, and to build a community.
As part of the Black Rock exhibition, this is the impressive work of Issas John. Let me take you to its origins. I'm visiting Issas Workshop, 3 minutes away from the Black Rock and located in the Castor area. It's good to be here in your space, Issa.
Welcome.
I saw what you did also at the Black Rock. That was phenomenal, and I want to know more about it. Can you tell me?
So our concept, philosophy of the enterprise is to mix art and industry. What they asked me, because some of the artists had been visiting off my workshop, and I had to make an original piece, so I was thinking of using my huge loom, which is 2.80 meters wide, and use as well the leftover, which are like raffia, and it came out very interesting. And we use different fiber, like the hand-spun cotton, and kinaf, which is a fiber from Mali. I have to say as well that we started developing traditional weaving 25 years ago, so that we recreate the full textile industry in Senegal, because everything is being imported.
Well, it seems like this space, which is a big place, is about that. There's so many things happening. So tell me about the spirit of this place, please.
The spirit of the place is to get together and develop all the know-how you can find in Senegal. So you have people weaving, people doing embroidery, people working on leather, people working on wood. The idea is to say that at the end of that, we can put a total interior design of a house in Senegal entirely made in this country. Mm-hmm. And so we create jobs as well.
So if I need a job, I could come to you then?
Yes, for sure.
I will.
Okay.
I mean... And now the Laboratoire of Imagination. We're here in the neighborhood of Kenu Lab with Ibaaku and Alibeta, a place of imagination, performance, costume, magic, music, lots of things. Come with me.
Wow, good. Yeah. On dit quoi? En forme?
Yes.
Wow. Bismillah, bismillah.
Yeah, I love this place.
Yeah.
And I would love for you to walk me through.
So as you see, this is Thabo Tinde. He's a South African photographer, artist, but he lives in Berlin. And he's doing he did a work called Black Faces in White Spaces. Mm. This is the idea of his. So he's been documenting different moments of the black community in Berlin, and all the questions, all the protests, all the activist movement. In the exhibition, we talk about Dox Mbok, how to connect Mbok is like family or the community. Mm. But it's important also to look at the diaspora, how do they live? They're part of the family.
Absolutely, Nyokobo.
Yes, and that's the idea, to bring also the perspective of this South African guy living in Berlin, how he looks at that society.
Man, people need to see this.
Imaginary, right?
Elevate the soul. It's good to be here.
Yeah, man.
My man, good to see you again.
Same here, bro. Content.
Yeah, so like you and Alibeta, you are like epic musicians. Like here in Senegal, everybody knows
bro.
you, and Obro too as well. And but I really wanted to like tell me more about like who is Ibaaku.
Oh yeah, I mean Ibaaku is a hybrid. He's a mix of an alien and a human. As an artist, you're always in search of like the real you, like who's the real you, who's the most raw and honest version of you. So a few years ago, I decided to kill my hip hop character and to rebirth as Ibaaku, which is me.
Yeah, your true identity.
Yeah.
Man, today I'm actually really happy because I feel extremely privileged to be able to hear you and Alibeta perform. Can we just like, hear some good music,
let's get into
some
it,
soul
man.
music?
For a book.
There's one world. We're all interconnected.
Yes, Diram à la famille. Merci. Yes, thank you. Let's talk about the raw material company, Center for Art and Knowledge in Senegal. If you want to see great, amazing, progressive art, that's the place to be. Let's check it out.
Hi, my name is Fatima Si. I'm program curator here at RAW. Let me show you what we are doing here. So RAW Material Company is a center for art, knowledge and society, and we organize here exhibitions, training for curatorial practice, hosting workshops, conversations, symposium. But the main thing that we want to do here at RAW is to make for people obvious that art is made for the community, from the community, and that we can build a society based in that. So we even publish books. So look at this.
This exhibition at RAW is by artist Tuan Goyen.
He was looking into different kind of displacement and migration that people are facing due to colonial invasion in different areas of the world, specifically in the China and Vietnam, as he's from Vietnam. And here in Dakar, when he come to do his research, he find out that there was a Vietnamese Senegalese community, women that come into Senegal from the war of Indochina. So this library is the heart of RAW. We call it RAW Base, and it is where everything started. When Koyoko founded this place in 2011, she was looking for a space in Dakar for critical thinking. Dakar was a hub for art and culture, but we don't have enough space for publishing, writing about art history in Africa, and writing our own stories rather than having it written by Western studies. So we started with her collection of books, and from there we developed different kind of program.
Now we're off to downtown Dakar. I want to show you my own work. I welcome you to my studio. This is the series that actually put me on the world map of the art world. It's called Edification. And Edification is about how the digital era, the contemporary digital era, is affecting the rites of passages of the new generation. So as you can see in all of these pictures, you can see VR glasses, and the VR glasses are here to symbolize that digital era that we're living in. In opposition to that, you have the traditional aspect of Africa. And all of these images are actually rites of passage, such as traveling. In every culture around the world, at some point you have to go far in order to understand what's near, and every culture will encourage that. The girl with the cape, she actually became the mascot of this photography series. When I did this project, I didn't do any casting, I just went on location, and I had like this faith, I just knew that like I would find the right people on location. So I went there with the cape and the VR glasses, and this beautiful young Senegalese girl with that beautiful blue outfit showed up, and I was like, it's you. You're like my superwoman. This one, I call it kinship. Kinship for me is like the human family, like this whole concept that no one's an island. In Africa, we have a saying that says, alone you go fast, but together you go far. And it's about that. It's about leaping into something much further that you could ever imagine. And I'm trying to embark everybody, you included, on that journey. Journeys and departures have become a feature of life in Dakar because Senegal is a key country for many West Africans traveling to Europe in search of better economic opportunities.
Hey!
Eva! Eva Diallo is a photographer whose work deals with these kinds of crossings.
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good.
What a nice place. It's wonderful.
As a matter of fact, I took the liberty to put up your work, and when I look at it, I get so much stories, narratives.
Yeah, this whole work and project is mostly about migration through the eyes of my family, because I have two cousins from the north of Senegal who left Senegal to go in Europe, but by the road, not by the sea, directly. And that's something that is really dangerous for them. So with all the stories that they told me, I'm going to every important places and doing a little documentary in every places. So the whole work's name is Bolol. It means in Fulani the travel, the way to leave a place to go to another. So here there is 3 different countries. So that's my work to talk for them and honor what they did.
There's a word that you used earlier, honor them. And in that, I see a different narrative that you hear from the West, like that Trump wall, that the borders in Europe, the migrants. And I hear empathy, I hear sympathy.
From my point of view, it's very important to show good thing about the trip, because it can be sad and of course it's dangerous, but they also meet a lot of good people, a lot of wonderful places.
There's beauty in the struggle.
Yeah, of course.
I know also that we've been talking about doing portraits of each other as
for years.
Photographers. Yes. So I would love to invite you into a photo shoot.
Of course, let's do this.
Andiamo. Yeah, look at the light for a second. Tickle him, being tickled. It's beautiful. And now we're going to a place that's very dear to me, La Medina. This place is the heart of the creators of Dakar, the new generation of artists. When I am in La Medina, I am inspired by the energy of the designers and musicians who hang out there. This place is the creative district of Dakar, and it is here that as creators we experiment and collaborate. La Medina is a great place for me to catch up with my friends. But 400 years ago, it had a more tragic significance. This was an old slave quarter, and captive people will be taken from here to Gorée Island. Gorée Island is where you can visit the slave house, a memorial to commemorate the exploitation of people. The whole island is exceptional as a place frozen in time. It's a UNESCO World Heritage Site now, but in the past, it was where captive Africans were held before being sent into slavery in Europe and the Americas.
We're gonna meet another woman, a great artist, super talented. Meet the amazing Zenx.
Zenx is a hip-hop innovator and activist who has made her mark as Senegal's premier female graffiti artist. She dedicates most of her time to empowering other young creators.
Zenx. What's the lady in the building? King Beat. Yeah. Knew that. So my graph them I free like a bird.
This place is amazing. I want to know about this. Can you tell me about it?
We're in Léopold Sédar Senghor Cultural Institute in Pekin. This is my sanctuary, the place where I learned how to do graffiti. This place is my second home. I come here every day for the last 15 years.
Well, it looks like there's a lot of things going on here. Why don't we go over there and you tell me about everything that's happening here?
We're in Issas Workshop, which means Zenx Entertainment, my enterprise, where I put forward the transmission of knowledge to the youth. I share with them what I've experienced throughout the years. As it was not so evident to get to this point and learn graffiti at that time. I'd really like to provide this chance to the young generation of now. I started graffiti at the age of 17. Here you have young Zenx with small sketching, drawing, searching, etc., trying to find my mark. When I was 17, I was already a painter who wanted to be directly connected to the painting. In the long run, I discovered graffiti via TV viewing. Firstly, I saw people sprayed onto big walls, and what amazed me was the wide space for expression they had. Then immediately I said to myself that I need the same to show off my talent.
And as a woman, would you say that, you actually brought something on the table that wasn't here before?
As I went along, I've been able to learn from my experiences, from my life. That even though we're in a hip-hop environment that can be very male-dominated here in Senegal, I learned that art has no sex. In fact, it is the art in the heart and also the human being at the center. I said then to myself, why not do things my way?
I love everything that I heard here. Now I want to see a real wall. Can we go outside and check out something amazing?
Let's go. The wall. 15 jeunes talentueux artistes.
15 young talented artists who, after 1 month of training in graffiti, had realized together this wall with their own ideas, with the desire to share what they had kept for a while in their within. That's it. And there they painted Ibaaku, which means it's time to break the chains and to be free. Their main topics are peace, love, and some others, hip-hop values and culture.
And with that, we leave Zenx on a high note. The energy of my city is evident in the works of these artists. Energy that confronts the past, is hopeful for the future, and grateful for the opportunities of the present, and remembering that it is an important part of who we are.
Senegal, our country, my country. In Wolof, our local language, Senegal means our boat. This is a gal, our boat, because we all on the same boat, one planet, one people. And this brings us to the end of our journey. Hope you enjoy watching DW's Art.See.Africa in Senegal, in the vibrant city of Dakar and its amazing art scene.